The Internet is said to be the most fluid, coercive, and demanding type of communication medium that has brought dramatic changes in the way people work and learn. The Internet offers a wealth of information ranging from primary source of material to statistics on just about everything. As pre-service teachers, how much do you know about the Internet? How can you optimize the use of Internet in teaching and learning? One does not need to be an IT savvy to make the Internet a viable tool because it offers a rich set of useful features and functions. When people think of technology, information, access, and the like, it seems that the first thing that comes to their mind is the Internet and the World Wide Web. These two terms are usually associated with Information Communication Technology or ICT. This lesson introduces the Internet and the World Wide Web, their historical development, nature, and characteristics, with emphasis on their instructional value. Before we define the Internet, let me ask you a simple question. Is Internet a place? Yes or no? No? Yes? To those who answer yes, where it is located? Out there in space? Yes, the Internet is located out there in space. So, where can we find this space? How do we define Internet? Several users of Internet may express their definition of Internet in different perspectives, depending again on their orientation. A computer programmer and technical people may define the Internet from a technical point of view. Internet is a collection of wires, cables. It is a network of networks connecting thousands and even millions of other networks. The Internet is the global system of interconnected computer networks that make use of the Internet protocol suites, TCP/IP, or Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol, to link billions of devices worldwide. So, the Internet is not a place and therefore does not have a specific physical location. How about the World Wide Web? The World Wide Web is an information system on the Internet that allows documents to be connected to other hyperlinks, enabling the user to search for information by moving from one document to another. The documents are formatted in a markup language called HTML, Hypertext Markup Language, that support links to other documents as well as graphics, audio, and video files. The World Wide Web is the key to the development of the information age and is the principal tool that billions of people today use to interact on the Internet. So we're finished defining the Internet and the World Wide Web. So let us make our understanding of the Internet and the web using a simple analogy. I encountered in my readings one author, I cannot recall his name, who made use of an analogy to define Internet and the web. He said, the Internet is like a mega mall, and the websites are like stores in the mega mall. The act of surfing in the net is also like window shopping. Let us move on to the historical development of the Internet and the World Wide Web. September 2, 1969 marks the birth of the Internet. Historical record tells us that it is on this day that two computers communicated with each other. And on October 29, 1969, message was sent from computer to computer in different locations. On January 1, 1983, ARPANET adopted the standard TCP/IP protocol. About 2 decades after the discovery of the Internet, Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web in March 1989. The first email was sent in 1971 and Mosaic became the first web browser, according to Selenia 2009. So let us move on to the instructional value of the Internet and the web. There is so much talk about the virtual schooling, and indeed, this has been what many schools, colleges, and universities worldwide are trying to face as the greatest challenge of the 21st century teaching and learning. The onset of online learning programs gained popularity and acceptance in the educational arena as another innovative approach in the business of education. In addition, the Wikipedia is swiftly gaining legitimacy today in the academic world. One cannot therefore negate that these developments are immeasurably attributed to the Internet and the World Wide Web. So the following are the instructional values and benefits of the Internet and the World Wide Web. First is access to knowledge and information, access to instructional resources, extending learning opportunities, the lifelong learning support, support to computer-based instruction, support delivery of distance learning programs, promote, facilitate, and support other academic functions such as enrollment, access to program of instructions, and serves as communication channel between and among parents, teachers, and students. It also supports social media apps such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the others. You can add to the list of benefits of the Internet and the web. If you can recall, in your previous lessons, you learned the various instructional softwares in Educational Technology 1 that are actually available in the Internet. So some developers of these instructional softwares offer them for free. In the course of navigating in the Internet, you encounter numerous and what seems to be countless websites. If you are looking for a specific knowledge or information, these websites can create confusion on your part because you cannot tell which of these sites provides the correct information or data you need. So, how does one decide which site gives the authentic and correct information? What indicators should one look for in a particular site before making the final choice? So we will be discussing the website evaluation criteria here. Alexander and Tate cited 5 criteria for evaluating web resources, namely accuracy, authority, objectivity, currency, and coverage. Accuracy. How reliable and free from error is the information? Ask this to yourselves. Are there editors and fact-checkers in this website? Almost anyone can publish on the web. Many web resources not verified by editors and/or fact-checkers. So web standards to ensure accuracy is not fully developed. Number 2, authority. What are the author's qualifications for writing on the subject? How reputable is the publisher? It is often difficult to determine authorship of web resources. If author's name is listed, his or her qualifications are frequently not mentioned. Publisher's responsibility is often not indicated. Objectivity. Is the information presented with minimum of bias? To what extent does the information sway the opinion of the web visitor? So, web often functions as a virtual soapbox. The goals and aims of person or groups presenting the material are often not clearly stated. Currency. Is the content of the work up to date? Is the publication date clearly indicated? The dates are not always included on web pages. If included, A date may have various meanings such as date first created, date placed on web, and date last revised. Lastly, coverage. What topics are included in the work? To what depth are topics explored? Web coverage may differ from print or other media coverage. It is often hard to determine the extent of web coverage. The following are additional challenges of web resources and their corresponding coping strategies. Use of hypertext links. The quality of web pages linked to original web page may vary. High-quality web page may be linked to poor-quality web page. Therefore, evaluate each web page independently. Use of frames. Each frame displays a separate web page, so each frame should likewise be evaluated separately. Search engines can retrieve pages out of context. Always try to return to the home page to determine the source of information. Marketing-oriented web pages. In other media, there are usually clear visual and or audio distinctions between advertising and information. In the web, distinctions between advertising and information can become extremely blurred. Try to determine if advertising and informational content are supplied by the same person or organization. Blending of entertainment, information, and advertising. The web has brought infomercial concept to new heights. Software requirements may limit access. Full access may require additional software. Browsers may alter the appearance of web pages. Be aware that software limitations may alter how much information is obtainable or alter the appearance of information obtained. Instability of web pages. Web pages may move or disappear without notice. User may not be able to refer back to a web page. Try to determine the stability of your source. Document the source to the fullest extent possible. Susceptibility of web pages to alteration. It can be deliberately altered or accidentally altered. Verify information using other sources. The development of evaluation techniques for web resources is an ongoing process. The continuous emergence of new technology is outpacing the ability to create standards and guidelines. However, the 5 traditional web evaluation techniques developed by Alexander and Tate can serve as basic techniques in determining the authenticity of web resources.